hustling minutes. Yo, check it. Hey yo, I made it. Silver service, couple jobs I quit on purpose. I was starving. First time I went fishing, I caught a marlin. Chilling with a few white chicks, me and my boy Marlon. Hey darling, I promise that I won't cheat. That ain't my style, I'm too loyal. Got some eggs, I'm trying to boil you. Plain and wailing, you trying to fight Judge Matt, this is loyal. Never loved Lucy, I never dreamed of Jeannie. Yeah, Pac was a legend, it all started with a Feeny. First girl I fell in love with, Dana Khalidi, that was elementary. Maybe some years later, every day I got a knife on me, I feel safer. If you cheat, it's a deal breaker, I ain't taking you back. Bad coke is like drinking a soda that's flat. I can out-rap anybody that's in your posse. I fell in love with a mind and fell in love with their body. It's brolic, I'm still 5'8" and stocky. I get on these beats, I just sold. Yeah. It started as rhyme and turned into poem. Hip-hop, you can't fuck with me, your songs are unknown. Yeah. You got a lot of help, dog, I done it on my own. I get on these beats, I just sold. It started as rhyme and turned into poem. Hip-hop, you can't fuck with me, your songs are unknown. Yeah. You got a lot of help, dog, I done it on my own. Hey yo, this beer so good, I wanna jump inside of the bottle. This Jew pussy so good, I'm ready to get married, scream mazel. It's possible, but I'm in love with this black chick, and I never made it down, but I'm still in love with this rap shit. My Superman is black, everybody know who Shaq is. I never been on a plane, I never left the country. I'd rather stay local with the outer state honey. I look 30, but I'm 40 plus, broke, got about 40 bucks. I was gonna get a CDL, but I'd be too high to drive trucks. See this out? I picked up more trees than a chainsaw. I just rolled the rock as soon as I like.
Peace and love, peace and love. Gemstar in the building, Gemstar in the building, yo. I don't know what happened with that. They cut off, you know what I'm saying? But, yo, my thing is this. That song is called On My Own from Flash Corvette, Long Island's finest, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Flash Corvette, GCP, stand up. On My Own, that's the deep topic because that's what the U.S. is going to be right now, on their own. Yeah. Just the other day, we led the world as far as in supremacy, global supremacy, right? Now, Biden rubbed so many nations the wrong way. He mishandled or miscalculated his steps dealing with Russia as far as sanction. And now look, the minute he started sanctioning Russia and started banning all Russian goods coming over here to the U.S., not going to sponsor or support their oil or anything like that. Well, China took U.S.'s place, and they started sponsoring Russia, as well as they sponsoring the rest of the world. Majority of our allies that we work with, like Saudi Arabia for oil, well, Biden was blowing their phones up trying to get deals made so we could get some oil coming over here for resolution. But Saudi Arabia is not picking up the phone for U.S. They don't want to deal with Biden, as well as so many other countries. Russia got the upper hand on us. We are now technically, officially, a third world country. The U.S. dollar has plummeted. Stocks has plummeted within a few hours. Our money is almost like it's worthless. As much money as we keep reprinting and reprinting, with nobody sponsoring U.S. dollar, the ruble has gained a lot more strength because China took U.S.'s place as supporting goods and services for Russia. Saudi Arabia, our main customer where we get oil from, turned their backs on the U.S. They want to deal with China. It's a big win for China where now they got all their imports as far as fuel concerned with Saudi Arabia. They transferred billions and billions in U.S. dollars and sponsor that into the Chinese central banks, you know, from Saudi Arabia. Everybody's investing in Chinese currency, which is digital currency. Our sanctions from U.S. did not affect Russia at all. It actually empowered Russia and sanctioned Russia. So now we're at the point where a lot of our allies, Germany, other countries, I believe France and so many other countries, is not trusting the U.S. no more. They're almost turning their backs on the U.S. and siding with China and Russia for security reasons. You know, they looked at, once they started sanctioning with Russia, how's our fuel going to be, or the needs for the supplies and the demand of supplies to be met to sponsor the war in Ukraine. Because we don't have no fuel to fuel the planes now if you're going to sanction Russia. So those fighter jets that is meant to assist Ukraine was pretty much Russian oil. So our backs is against the war, and Saudi Arabia, that we're dependent on, turned their backs on us. So a lot of our fighter jets, a lot of our tanks, a lot of our military equipment, it's almost like it's useless, because if you got no oil or no fuel, you can't fight a war. And now they gained Russia even more to threaten Finland, I believe Sweden as well. Don't quote me on Sweden, but I know it's another country too. If they try to bear arms and fight, they're going to face a lot of repercussions from Russia too. They're going to go and retaliate against those countries too. So we pretty much got our backs against the wall. You know? Ukraine is so desperate for U.S. help and support. But we can't really, we're limited. We can't really do anything. Biden called, what's the name? Putin called Biden's bluff. Biden didn't know what to do. We're so far behind as far as the digital currency, even Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is not governed. It's not governed really by U.S. or other places. So, you know, that's another strategy that Russia has, or another advantage Russia has over U.S. by digital currency, as well as Chinese currency, where you're not dependent on the U.S. dollar. That made the U.S. dollar plummet to the point where we like damn near homeless out here. You see all the homeless is going on now? Wait a few more years, it's going to be crazy. Now you're going to recognize this country no more. I wouldn't be surprised if other countries bought out majority of the territory in this country for real estate. That's how bad off we are. It makes a lot of people wish Trump was still in office. Because Trump would have never made a move like that. You know? Biden is so old, weak, and feeble, he don't even know what he had for breakfast early that day. And he gonna try to threaten Russia or these other countries, or try to make deals. He's so far back in time that no one even likes the way he runs his country. Other countries don't even like him, and he jumped ship. Decided to go with somewhere that's more secure because the decision making is crazy. Y'all voted for him. I ain't vote for him. Now U.S. is left to forced to eat crow for real, literally now. What are we going to get our goods and services for? You know what I mean? Chinese, they purchase a lot of our even digital marketing, you know, or different companies that you do online trading with. All that stuff is now China's, not even U.S. no more. All these companies that we had, Alibaba and all these other places, China took over. Everything is Chinese. China benefited the finances of this war, where they gained pretty much financial backing and supplies through Russia from our sanctioning. That was a big mistake from Biden. That was a bad move for Biden. He didn't think this thing through. Our resources are super limited. China bought out all the real estate in Africa. He's helping out. China may invade Taiwan now and claim that country even more because U.S.'s back is against the wall. To the point we are irrelevant. China is the new superpower, period. Global superpower. Financially, economically, and resources. I mean, real estate, everything is China. The central banks, China pretty much took over all the central banking. The currencies is all China. The US dollar just plummeted. Thanks to your boy, Joe Biden. His decision making and him not backing his allies properly, which increased his reputation not to be reliable. Look where we at. You know? Ukraine is so desperate that they trying to ask the blacks in Africa to fight for them. That's not even our war. That's not their business. That's Ukraine's business. The Africans that lived out there in Ukraine, yes, they can't scrutinize, and I'm glad in the sense that they're getting mistreated because here they want to benefit citizenship in Ukraine, but they want to jump ship when they get into war while everybody else is trying to help out and fight in Ukraine, as far as all the fathers and the parents and different ones, you know? They should get kind of mistreated because you want to get the benefits out of Ukraine. Now they finally had a war with Russia, you want to jump ship when Ukraine was the only country that really accepted you and kind of treated you fairly as far as when it comes to racism. Try to jet to Poland, that didn't work. Poland don't want you over there. They so racist in Poland. So those Africans that's over there, they were like opportunists, and now they're getting a lot of scrutiny now. They get mistreated in subways as far as for shelter. Their dogs, their animals are getting better treatment than they're getting treated. They looked at as the scum of the earth over there. Now they're trying to ask Americans over here, black Americans over here to fight. That's not our fight. That's none of our business, not our war. I see some fools out there in Detroit trying to go out there to help out and fight. Well, that's on him. Like, America owes us reparations. You're going to give all these billions and billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine, but what about the black Americans over here that was neglected? We fought in every war since World War II. Since the Civil War, we assisted in every war. Vietnam, Korean War. And look how we got mistreated, as well as our regular veterans, but specifically the black soldiers and black Americans. We've been mistreated, even the ones that came from war. Still being hung in trees in the 50s, after they just came for supporting and sponsoring the war. How dare you to really ask us to assist? Where's our reparations at? Where's our finances at? We never got anything. We never got any kind of financial equality or appreciation or anything. They just want to use us as collateral damage. Now Russia, I see they trying to, just yesterday, and the UN is accusing the US now with documents as if they had for having biolabs out there in Ukraine, which those responses infectious diseases such as the plague, you know what I mean, anthrax, all these different biological infectious chemicals that create diseases, you know, H1N1, all that stuff. They saying U.S., which is part of the deep state, sponsored and funded all these biolabs that Russia was destroying over there. And that's another reason why we was in war. You know? They claiming the U.S. part of the deep state was part of the CV. You know what I'm saying? That we just got out and mandates has been lifted just now. That we pretty much conspired and sponsored the CV that people passed away off of and try to get vaccines over. That's what they're saying. That's what they're accusing. You know? Is it true? They claiming they got documents. You know? They saying that Russia's not part of that stuff. They don't get down like that. Who's right, who's wrong? I don't know. But all I know is that our allies is stretched super thin. Our troops are stretched super thin to the point we are left on our own. That's why I played that song from Flash Corvette, On Our Own. You know what I mean? It's getting deep. It's like, if you have any finances in the bank, I personally advise you to get that stuff out now while you can. Because you're going to be a lot of schemes, a lot of scams, and they're going to make up excuses as far as because of the stocks plummeting, banks have to close, and you don't want your finances and all your pensions caught up in these banks. U.S. is really cracking down on those who have Bitcoin and other digital currency through your banks and online, so they already know or tracking how you spending your finances. That's another thing where U.S. will try to target you on financially because we in deep need of money. You know, this set up for the New World Order. This World War III stage is set up for the Antichrist and the New World Order, like I've been saying before. You know what I mean? Spiritually, get your mind right, your heart right with God, because this was all prophetic. This is just what we've been warned about since kids, hearing about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? About these global pandemics, and you know what I'm saying? The finances plummeting and everything set up for digital currency, for one world currency. It looked like we set the stage now for the New World Order is through China. You know, they're our dictators now. They're the ones who is controlling everything now. Your finances, your agriculture, your banking, your real estate, everything. So this is going to be some major, major changes which happened just today. That a lot of people are fearful and concerned about. You know, could they invade the U.S.? It's possible, yeah. Could we be nuked? It's possible, greatly so, yeah. You know, it seemed like we sanctioned ourselves when it came down to this war. We didn't hurt Russia. Russia gained out of the situation. It made all the other opportunities that we depended on side with them. So they gained. It was a win-win for Russia by excluding us out. But we just committed suicide. Your boy Biden just committed financial suicide on America, which can lead to all kinds of suicide to our reputation. Your man Biden, your boy, the one y'all voted for. I know y'all wish you had Trump, and Trump laughing right now. He had no problems with Putin. Trump is laughing right now. Ever since y'all the Democrats wanted to take over, right? Accuse Trump of this, and this. I'm not even on either side, Republican nor Democrat. But as far as with Trump, majority of the things that he was standing for made the most sense out of both of them. He showed the less racist viewpoints out of both of them as far as a black American. So, here we go again. This right here is no telling what or how we're going to get through this right here. It's only going to just take God for real. It's been 19 minutes. I'm signing off. Easy.